Kimberly is going to start off this hour in Seattle. Hi, Kimberly. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thank you for having me.
Sure. How can Jade and I help?
Okay, so my question is, I have a 20-year-old daughter. This past year, before I was following your teachings, I assisted her with a down payment of 3% to purchase a home for stability reasons in Kansas. And the payment is about 40% of her take-home pay. She does have a roommate, so, the amounts are substantially lower. But I'm wondering what my financial obligation is to her moving forward, since I did, quite honestly, pressure her into purchasing this house. I'm just wondering what is my obligation?
Why did you do that? I need to understand why you put her in such a precarious situation. She's at 40% with the requirement of a roommate, and you said you did it for stability purposes. Help me understand.
Well, without making it a long, drawn-out conversation, she did not have the best upbringing, so she has chosen to make some of the same mistakes that I made, and she gets herself into situations where she is living with a boyfriend and dependent upon them, and then when the situation goes south, she ends up having to find a new place to live.
And is the house in your name or in her name?
No, the house it's in her name completely. And so she is her roommate, based on Dave's teaching. He is a roommate, is her boyfriend.
So on some of the other life decisions, have you shared with her, hey, I did this thing and I was wrong and I shouldn't have, I goofed up, and I wish you, for your sake, I wish you wouldn't do it. Have you shared that kind of stuff with her about those life decisions?
Absolutely.
Then this is another one.
I've been in recovery for 10 years.
Yeah. Then this is another. Kimberly. Then this is another one.
Okay.
Your only obligation is to apologize. I did this out of a good heart. I was trying to get you into a stable housing situation so you didn't make some of these other relational mistakes. So I did it with good motivation. But since you did that, I have learned some things that I didn't know at the time that's made me realize that it's put you in a different kind of instability, and I'm sorry for that. And I'll coach you, I'll walk with you, and if you don't see your income come up pretty dramatically in the next couple of years to where that percentage comes down, then you probably ought to sell it. That's what I would tell her if she was my kid.
Okay.
But you don't have any financial obligation.
Okay.
Just tell her, if you can't get your income up, I may have helped you make a mistake. I'm sorry for that. You may need to undo the mistake by selling the house if you can't get your income up. That's what I would tell her if she was mine.
Okay.
But you're signing on, and I've got to help her pay payments because I feel guilty because I screwed up. No. She's a grown woman. She's 20 years old. She has the legal right to purchase a house. She had the legal right to tell you to take a flying flop, and she didn't. Okay? She has these legal rights, and so she's an adult. She gets to make the call. And granted, you had undue influence probably. I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree with you, but that does not make you financially, legally, morally, ethically obligated. But I would go to her and say, hey, I've learned some stuff like I did about other things I talked to you about, and this is the money part, and, here's what we're doing. What does she do for a living?
She works at a bank.
Doing what?
I am not exactly sure what her title is.
Do you have any idea what her career track looks like? Is she going to see some pretty good income increases? Is she in a training program where income's going to go way up later?
I hope so, and I'm not counting.
You have no clue.
What's your relationship like with your daughter? Are you guys on a speaking regular basis? Do you get the feeling that she trusts you and that she values your input, or are things frayed?
No, we're very close,
okay.
And she definitely trusts my input.
Yeah. I would just say, listen, unless you see your income coming up, I may have led you into an unstable situation when I was trying to help you stabilize. I goofed. So I just want to put you on a warning that this might not be nirvana that you signed up for. And you know, if you don't get your income up, you may want to look at selling this within a year or two. You know, it's not the end of the world short term. She can make it. And with a roommate, she can certainly make it. But, you know, she went from being dependent on a boyfriend to now she's dependent on a roommate. So we're always, you know, because we're overstrapped, and that's what we're doing. So you got a good heart, Kimberly. You're a good mom. You were trying. You're doing your best. We're all trying to figure this thing out as we go. And then for the rest of you out there, to Jade's point, sometimes what the culture, whatever people are saying, whatever they said and I heard are saying about money, they're all broke. So whatever they're saying, don't do it. And in a sense, that's what Kimberly did. She said, everybody says her life will be better if she gets a house. Everybody says no matter what you spend, if you get a 4-year degree, even if it's in left-handed puppetry or German polka history, even if you get a useless freaking degree and you go $200,000 in debt, it's all going to be okay because education's important. Everybody says everybody is stupid. So
everybody is broke.
Yeah, whatever the culture is telling you, normal sucks. You do not want to be normal. Do not be conformed to this world. And that's, in a sense, Kimberly was trying to do the right thing. And no, not in a sense. She was trying to do the right thing, but the pattern or the template she was using was that of a broke culture that says owning a home is always good for you. And owning a home's not good for you when you're broke. That's why they call them brokers. You get broker and broker.